here, 3v3 faction war. This is Argent Shelf Redux and Space Marines versus the Ordo Malleus. For the blue Ordo Malleus team, we have Aguxyz alongside Freeman, and rounding off the team, Nurland. They are of course all playing as the Brother Captain, a durable commander that can walk through objects and cannot be suppressed from strong offense and support fights in melee combat. Up against, on the red Space Marine team, Ace of Swords, playing an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. This is the Lunar Wolves elite scheme, recolored into a very shiny purple. Alongside Asmondeus, as a Techmarine, starts off range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair, can wade into melee combat too. We have some Black Templars elite scheme, I think. Is this the elite scheme? I think it is. And rounding off the teams, Big Mathis as a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, as a tank, disrupt and support with buffs. These are the Lunar Wolves, also in their default colours. Pre-heresy scheme, of course, which obviously doesn't make sense, but we'll let it slide. Apothecary backing away here. You'll see him hanging in the back, opening engagements often. Doesn't want to tangle with, who's on that side of Aguxyz? Yeah. He's going double strike squad, as is Freeman. Expect at least one Rhino from the three Ordo Malleus players. Very strong unit right now. Whip out that las cannon, smack around some vehicles and support your troops. Double tactical marines for Ace, double tactical marines also for Big Mathis. Maybe a turret beacon situation somewhere from Asmondeus. He could put a turret and a beacon on this west side to support Ace, and he can of course look after it with his scouts and stuff. Apothecary getting stuck in. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage with his default weapon. I believe it's 25 DPS or so. Forces off the strike squad though, and with Asmondeus helping out with his Techmarine, Aguxyz is in full retreat. And look at these scouts decapping. Asmondeus being very sneaky. That's his Eldar ways. Don Freeman coming over to see what's going on. Stormtroopers in tow. Strat squad are also there. Need to find some cover, I think. Tactical Marines can use their Kraken bolts to really hurt the Strat squad. Here comes that Brother Captain using We Are the Hammer, granting 15% damage resistance and +1 speed, though he no longer gets that +1 speed himself, only gets the 50% damage reduction. Everyone else still gets it that's around him though. He's a generous fella. If you want him to get a speed increase, you need to get him the Nemesis Force Sword, which grants him the improved We Are the Hammer and gives him that speed increase alongside it. Strat squad getting stuck in here. Have dropped a model. This is pretty dicey. There's another one to help him out, and two more coming in from Aguxyz, I believe. There is Ace of Swords trying to clean things up, get his tactical marines out safely, and they do get out safely without a model loss. Can a Brother Captain turn around and get a smack? Does have a power sword. I believe it's 30 DPS or so. Maybe a little bit higher than that. Maybe 33 or something. I think it's 30. 480 to 461 on the VPs. Look at this. Blue team have both of the naturals. Some sneaky stormtroopers, I guess, up to that. Nurland with the Acolyte Warrior Leader on the stormtroopers there, giving them some extra health regen. Well, gives all surrounding allies extra health regen. It's not that much, but it helps out. And a 25% damage boost, which is pretty damn cool. He's decent in melee, though nothing spectacular. Look at this. We have double strike squad and double Brother Captains sitting very menacingly outside this power, shooting it down. 2-to-1 cap right now, with natural and contested taken by the Ordo Malleus blue team. Here are some devastators from Ace, which is generally what you want to do against Ordo Malleus these days, because the Brother Captain really needs that Nemesis Force Sword to get in amongst them now, which you're kind of forcing a purchase there. Although Stormtroopers with grenade launchers can still do their thing, disrupting all that stuff. These guys are capping, or maybe not. Almost took that wreck point. Devastator's coming in though, and Aguxyz doesn't want to mess around trying to cap stuff and getting into a bad position. Comes back to this cover here. We have some heavy cover tank traps and some light cover of those barbed wire type thing. Getting all the way back. Is that two players? It's just one. It's just Ace. Kicking off in the middle then. Here's Asmondeus with some devastators of his own. Setting up, and it's spotted nice and early by Nurland. Backs away, then comes back in with the Nemesis Force Sword. I wonder if this buff stacks with multiple brother captains. I'm not actually sure. Tactical Marines thrown aside by the brother captain's special attack. How much damage is this thing do? 40 power melee DPS. Not bad considering the freaking amazing buff you get with it. Doesn't actually tell me what the buff is on the weapons tooltip, which is fair enough. I think it's a 20% damage reduction and plus 1.5 speed, something like that. Maybe 25 even damage reduction. It's pretty amazing. Tier 2 for Ace, Tier 2 for Freeman. That is good time to get Tier 2 for Ace. Could get a Razorback over here and sit it for reinforcement. Back it up with a Librarian maybe. I expect at least one Librarian from the Ordo Malleus players too. Librarian's pretty awesome. Such good choices in Tier 2 Ordo Malleus. And that astonishingly powerful Tier 3 as well, with Paladins dropping on your face, which are still a juggernaut. Rhino on the way, straight away from Freeman. Who's down? It's Nurland. Where is he? There he is. Onto one cap. Ace took a long time to get Tier 2. Did he stop it at some point? Or am I just misremembering the time? Asmon and Big Mathis with some big Tier 2s. Double Devastators for Asmondeus. Big Mathis with triple Tactical Marines and Devastators, which could be really difficult for Ordo Malleus to deal with. Can't teleport on them with your brother captain anymore, and need to wait to Tier 3 for teleporting interceptors too. Purgation are not going to be able to get close enough safely to suppress. Might need some good stormtrooper play with their grenade launchers or their suppressing plasma gun shot thing. Double Rhinos coming in for Freeman. That's pretty ballsy. I guess maybe one of each weapon. Do you have a plasma gun yet, Mr. Techmarine? No, you don't. You have bionics though. Oh, he's not Tier 2 yet. Looks like Big Mathis is going to be last to go Tier 2. He can go pretty soon though. Here's the first Rhino from Freeman, and he's got the heavy bolter turret on the back, which technically I think makes it a Razorback. I think if you put a weapon on the back of a Rhino, it becomes a Razorback. But they're still called Rhinos. There's the smoke grenade. Heal goes off from Ace of Swords. He's got his customized Storm Bolter out, showing it off. That's kind of getting shots in. That thing needs to back the hell away. Can they defend their power? There's a hell of a lot of stuff here. Asmon and Ace's army don't usually see this much pressure on the west side by one of the middle players. Asmon's really dragging Freeman over, and it's kind of a 1v1 fight right now. Nurland versus Big Mathis. Big Mathis on the power. Devastator's trying to suppress stuff. Are they going to do it? There we go. Purifier's on the way for Aguxyz. That's going to be fun. And a Terminator Librarian already on the field for Nurland. There's the smite. Didn't do a whole lot. Looks like he might need to retreat, those guys. Finally, Big Mathis goes Tier 2. He's like 3/4 of the way there. And it is one of each weapon for Freeman's Rhinos. The las cannon takes a bit of power to construct, I think. The heavy bolter, only a bunch of requisition. Pretty cheap to get on the field as well, Rhinos. Tactical Marines with a sergeant. They're really keeping up the pressure here. Not sure why they're still milling around on this power. They can't see what's back here. I don't think they're going to be able to get those generators, so I think it's better to just back off to the VP, because there's more cover here and stuff. Oh, Vindicator Assassin on the field for Aguxyz. You see that target acquired going off. Pretty cool effect. Plasma gun is in play now for Asmondeus. Does not tell me the DPS of this thing, ever. What is this? Brother Captain, all kitted out. Nemesis Force Halberd, the Blessed Aegis, and Unending Purge for Freeman's Brother Captain. Going to do a hell of a lot of power melee damage, and he's going to be difficult to dislodge. His scouts might grenade those stormtroopers. There we go. Crunch. And shotguns as well. That's a hell of a lot of damage. Is he going to notice? Yes, he does. The Warrior Acolyte scrambles away. Purgation with side cannons. Supported by the Terminator Librarian, which is pretty cool. Can use Sanctuary to stop melee getting on them and buff them with shrouding and stuff. And I think you can... Oh, there's a las cannon, that's why it's not moving forward, I guess. I think you can move forward against this pretty nicely. Mr. Ordo Malleus. Vindicator Assassin getting shots in. Here comes some Purifiers. Awesome melee squad. 50 hit points at level 1 once you get to Justicar. Can also throw down the Psychic Field. The Justicar gets a heavy melee Nemesis Demon Hammer, which you see there. The other guys with power melee weapons almost finishing off those Devastators. In fact, the Devastators go down, but here's a Dreadnought from Ace and a drop pod coming in. Tactical Marines inside it too. Or was that just reinforcement? I think that was just reinforcement actually. They were not inside it. That's the one from the Apothecary's ability bar, not his global. The global is the one that gives you Tactical Marines. This Vindicator Assassin is awfully close. Sometimes he does that. Instead of shooting from where he is, he wants to run up and shoot for some reason. He's got his turbo penetrator rounds loaded in, trying to take shots at a Dreadnought, but it's now backed away. Ace handled it pretty well. 365, 352. Purgation with Shrouding. And the We Are the Hammer speed buff also. Nurland still with that Nemesis Force Sword. Now the Blessed Aegis. Is he chasing after that Dreadnought? Not sure what he's up to. No. Gonna leave it be. I don't think they can see it. 1-to-1 cap. Ordo Malleus gonna retake the west side. Very close on VPs. Tier 3 for Asmondeus. Did he not get anything up in Tier 2? I didn't actually notice. Don't think he did. Going straight Tier 3 here. Could be a big mistake. Could be awesome. Freeman with Vindicare and double Rhinos. Double Strat Squad. Are you guys going to get weapons and stuff? I don't see the Silencer up. That could be good against all of the Tactical Marines. I think... Didn't Asmon have double Tactical Marines? Not sure. Too busy talking about all these Ordo Malleus units. Purifiers have already got half of their XP bar. Look at this though. Mathis complete decapping his power and has a triple Tactical Marines. Is this? Yep. All with sergeants and all with plasma guns. Holy crap. Can't do a lot against double Rhinos though, can they? Disruptive grenade launchers, and there is the Dark Excommunication blocking all abilities for these guys. It's not a massive deal, but I think it means that the Force Commander can't turn off his defend, which is already active. Smoke shells going up to defend this stuff. Can they get around the Rhinos? They can. But the captain's going to go down, but he's easily revived from there. Strat Squad getting into melee, trying to tie up those Tactical Marines so they can't fire those incredibly painful plasma guns. Force Commander doing a great job supporting with Sacred Standard, passive damage buff, and defend from the Storm Shield. That's an incredibly beefy Tactical Marine blob. Did he lose one? No, he didn't. Oh, one is still in play. Terminate Librarian going after him. Can he get a model? He can get a model. Now it's just the Force Commander being annoying, but that was really good play by Mathis. Decapped the power and held up basically two armies for a little while there. Lost some models here and there, but that's going to happen. Here's the Dreadnought being chased by a Vindicare Assassin and a Brother Captain getting some shots in. Unupgraded Brother Captain for Aguxyz. Oh, Purifiers are in retreat path. Also, this might be a dead Dreadnought. He certainly went very, very far forward. Looks like he smashed up some Stormtroopers over there. Are the Purifiers going to go after him? There we go. Just getting a quick little decap first. Scouts are not attempting to repair right now. Are they buying anything to try and stop this? I don't think so. There's the Emperor's Fist. Only stunned one of the Purifiers somehow. Trying to chase with that Vindicare now. Keeping him moving so then when his weapon's off cooldown he can fire again. Bang. There we go. Dreadnought is down. And the Scouts are down. Ace is down to 2 units on this west side. Aguxyz is turning it around in a flash over here. Can he hold it though? Ordo Malleus not that great at digging into a position until maybe tier 3 and they get their Land Raider Crusader up. We'll see how it goes. Can they capitalise by pushing mid also? 2-to-1 cap for Ordo Malleus. 315 to 302, still very close on VPs. Double Kraken rounds coming in with Double plasma guns, yes it is. Hell of a lot of plasma guns on the field. Can't remember the last time I saw 5 plasma gun tactical marines on the field. Asmon's getting some Stone Guard veterans. Has a Predator tank up, as you saw. Getting less cannons to shoot down these rhinos, I guess. Strike squad trying to force melee combat. There we go. We have some plasma gun stormtroopers. 12 DPS each plasma gun. They get 2 in the squad. And it gives them the, what is it called? Overcharged plasma. There you go. They basically shoot a big ball of plasma that suppresses stuff, which is pretty cool if you can hit it. Freeman bringing a rhino over so stuff can reinforce. Very kind of him. And here comes another one. Knows you got to keep hold of that west side, so he's taking stuff over there. 315 to 266. Those grenade launchers doing their thing to try and keep that tactical marine blob of doom under control. Look at this now. Plasma all over the place. Here comes the Stone Guard veterans as well. Going for their Hellfire rounds to try and shoot down the Terminator Librarian. I don't think Asmon knows that actually Kraken rounds are what you want to use against commanders these days. Hellfire rounds are good, but Kraken rounds have more raw DPS against commanders. Strat squad running away. Predator tank with its las cannons. Got a little smidgen of XP. Basically has scared stuff away for now. But I think he's... Oh, Ace has a tank of his own. And some scouts to support it. Can Aguxyz get a tier 3 heavy hitter on the field to cement his position on this west side? Apothecary is level what? Level 2. Has combat stims. Puts them on his tactical marines for some serious damage. Killed a killed the Justice car. Look at that damage. Holy crap. Combat stims on tax. That was crazy. There's that overcharged plasma thing. Oh, it suppressed both squads. That's a pretty good AoE. And then they just got disintegrated by the tactical marines. Did they take the shot from the Predator there? Not actually sure. Drop pod. Oh, it's Aguxyz bringing in some Paladins, I think. Yes, it is. There we go. Heavy melee. Super heavy infantry. Super elite. Will happily go toe-to-toe with anything in the game. They won't beat everything, but they are awesome. You can also get a wrist-mounted side cannon or flamer. Incinerator, I think it's called. And a pretty cool ability where they speed everything up that's allied and slow everything down that is enemy, called Holy Ground. So maybe we'll see that too. That could be really useful on this west side, chasing stuff down and the like. Especially going after this Predator tank. Land Raider Redeemer on the way though for Asmondeus. We've seen time and time again the game to be close. And then the Land Raider hits the field and Space Marines are all of a sudden kind of unapproachable. And he just can't get in there and do damage. His strat squad needs to run away. Oh, they're reinforcing off the Rhino. This guy goes down. Did well though. Predator tank finally catches up with it. Can it catch up to this one too? Need to keep it moving, I think, Mr. Freeman. Yes, he does. And Grey Knight Terminators are on the way. Another Predator tank for Ace. It's the go-to against Ordo Malleus. Get a bunch of tanks. Are we going to see any interceptors jumping around? Oh, look at that. Vindicate. Level 2 Vindicator's done really well so far. Ace of Swords, despite being down to 2 units at one point, is retaking this west side. These tactical marines are packing a huge amount of damage with combat stims up. Got no way to get on them quickly unless he risks his Paladin teleport, which I don't think he wants to do. I think it'd be really beneficial for Aguxyz to get some interceptors up over here. Paladins are trying to catch the Predator tank. No, they're not. Going to turn around. The Nuclear Assassin does have the anti-vehicle rounds loaded in. Is he going after them? He is going after them, which is risky because here comes a Land Raider Redeemer and a bunch more stuff. His Paladins are in a dicey position. Has he used the teleport already? I'm not sure. What are his scouts up to? Using that shot blocker, I guess. There's that frag assault. Paladin's now trying to run away. I think they've used their teleport, and this could be a doomed Paladin squad, and that would be a massive loss. Grenade goes in. Yes, they're going to go down, I think. There we go. Paladins wiped out by a whole bunch of vehicles, and that is massive. Can they dig in over here? Because now there's a Land Raider Redeemer, 3 tanks, and a whole bunch of Marines. Here are the Grey Knight Terminators though. Splash damage, power melee. Getting in amongst some Stone Guard veterans here. Take them out. No, they're going to run away. They're going to run away, yeah. Teleporting away are the Grey Knight Terminators. They do have their Liber Demonica. Holocaust is pretty cool. Vindicator needs to be careful. There we go. Rhino's still around. Doing some good damage to that Land Raider. But it's going to be chased down by tanks, I think, maybe. Another good shot. Auto cannon getting shots in. Level 2 Rhino. 298 to 139. Just going on middle. And a lot of action on that west side. Often 4 or 3 players over there. Uh-oh. Paladins with shrouding on them. That's pretty damn scary. Devastators on the field though to try and guard this VP. None of these guys can be suppressed here, but are they going to get onto it? There we go. Just teleport on their face and pulverize them in a few seconds. Brother Captain on capping duty levels up to 3. Blessed, Aegis, Halberd, and Unending Purge. Not looking good on this west side though for the Ordo Malleus. Here are some Terminators from Asmon. Turned out he did go at tier 3 a pretty good time. That early Predator tank up. Power bashing going on from the Purgation. Can they finish it off? Maybe. Yes, there we go. 2 to 1 cap though. Ordo Malleus 287 to 132. But it's going to be tough. Look at this now. Power's being capped by Ace. With that Land Raider over there, Aguxyz needs some help to deal with it. Unless they just triple the middle, the Ordo Malleus. Try and drag that Land Raider around. Smite goes off. Terminator Librarian's done really well. Hasn't leveled yet. There are the Paladins of Nurland going back to base. Freeman has some Paladins of his own, and there is that Shockwave. Pretty awesome ability. Did not see Aguxyz use it. I'm sure he did though. Ordo Malleus standing firm on the Space Marine VP. 1 to 1 cap, but they're going to get a 2 to 1 I think. Well, here comes Ace. Flanking inwards from the west side. And there's Angels of Death. Psychic Field goes up, but I think with Angels of Death they're going to be able to withstand this. Vindicator Assassin is getting shots on a Predator tank. Look at that. Angels of Death melee tactical marines doing a really good job, although they are eventually persuaded to leave. Really good usage of that global there. Scouts loitering around. Double Predator tank trying to chase down the Vindicator Assassin, I think. Oh no, he's going to lose one of them. Vindicator's going to get one more shot. Doesn't even need to. Purgation teleporting in. Oh, Interceptors, sorry. Purgation don't teleport. And there's the Melter Grenade. Crack Grenade, there we go. Which now does instant damage, but does not slow targets. So just a big burst of damage. Vindicator Assassin gets away, I think. Looks like he's going to be okay. But so does the Predator tank. Ordo Malleus continuing to... Uh-oh. That was Paladins going down, was it? No, I don't think so. They lost... No, they didn't lose any models. Those are Grey Knight Terminators that went down. You see the Halberds. Paladin's limping away with 2 models. Now Space Marine is going to hit the mid. And can Ordo Malleus stand against it? Because it's another Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Mathis. Single Strat Squad model taking back this power, at least trying to. That Land Raider Redeemer still on this west side. Have quite a lot of AV on the field. Some Purgation, some Interceptors, some Paladins. Justicar Purifier can do some work for you. Level 3 these guys too. Up to 2480 hit points. Grey Knight Terminators on the way now for Nurland. Interceptors on the way for Freeman. You are limited to 1 Paladin squad if you're wondering why the players aren't getting a second. 1 per player. Power Fist Force Commander now. And Iron Halo, so no more Sacred Standard, really? This would be a great time for a Sacred Standard. Look how much stuff you'd be buffing. There's that Dark Excommunication. Although Tactical Marines aren't super ability reliant. Trying to take down this Force Commander, but he tanked a hell of a lot of damage with that Iron Halo there. And he can retreat back to the Land Raider. That Brother Captain goes down. Freeman's going to try and revive, which could be risky. 239 to 123. Yeah, needs to retreat out. Look at this. The unstoppable march of the Space Marines bearing down on Ordo Malleus right now with a 2-to-1 cap. Nurland has preserved his units pretty damn well, I think. I think he only lost his strat squads. I think he had one strat squad. Down goes a Brother Captain of Aguxyz. But Space Marines continue marching forward with plasma guns everywhere. Techmarine has one. And there's 5 Tactical Marine squad with them. Are they all leveled up and stuff? Oh man, they're all level 4, I think. Level 4, level 4, level 3. Good luck pushing against this, Ordo Malleus. There's a double cap. It's going to be a triple, I think. Stone Guard Veterans grabbing it. They were in a really good position at one point, Ordo Malleus. Seemed like Aguxyz was winning that west side, but as soon as Asmon brought over this Land Raider, he needed help and he didn't get it, I think. Blue team tried to push through the mid instead, which is a viable strategy for sure. Just couldn't quite maintain it. Lost some big squads. That Paladin loss for Aguxyz was big. Freeman, I think, lost some Granite Terminators. Now getting some purgation. But these Tactical Marines are kicking ass. Difficult for Ordo Malleus to stop them. Can't suppress them from range. Can't jump on them. Got to use those Stormtroopers really well, I think. Paladin's teleporting in. That was pretty risky. But they are cracking up some Tactical Marines around the edge. They can just teleport. They can just retreat back to the Land Raider, I think. Triple cap here. There's Holocaust on the VP trying to stop the cap. Vindicator Assassin goes down. Just desperation from the Ordo Malleus player trying to retake or at least contest this VP. Can they take down the Land Raider? I think they can, surely. Yes, down goes a Land Raider. There's an Orbital too. Who was that from? Uh-oh. But Aguxyz and the Freeman have lost nearly all of their units in that valiant effort to retake a really good nuke also. Who knows, if they had a bunch more VPs and weren't quite so gusto in that push, might have been able to do something. They certainly had a hell of a lot of AV and nukes in the bag. But as it stands, Aguxyz and Freeman have 0 units left in that crazy push there. They had to try something. They were down to 30 VPs. And I guess the Space Marines will let it run out. There is a no concede rule in effect for these faction wars. So they're just going to let the game run out and Space Marines march on. Can anyone stop them? Will it have to be Tyranids again? Or will it be the Imperial Guard, which they will fight next? And I'll see you there, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to the players for taking part. They make these things happen. Let's look at the heroes end of the game, actually. Level 3 Brother Captain, level 5 Brother Captain here. Level 4 Brother Captain for Nurland, level 7 Apothecary. Those stim packs were pretty mental. Combat stims. Level 7 Techmarine. And a level 8 Force Commander. Got his Sacred Standard back on as well. End of the game. Thanks for watching, guys.